I'm food critic Allan Borgen, member of the Southern California Restaurant Writers. I've been finding the best restaurants in the Inland Empire and Southern California for over 27 years. This is my job. This is my passion. Let's dine out. Welcome to another delicious edition of the Let's Dine Out show, where we show you some of the best restaurants in the IE and Southern California. I'm food critic Allan Borgen.
And I'm Trisha Jansen.
And boy, do we have an incredible show for you today. I mean, excitement, and as you can see, a lot of color. And let's talk about the menu today. I mean, this is some great restaurants.
First, we're off to taste one of Southern California's finest Italian restaurants, the Anaheim White House. Then we'll travel a short distance to Fullerton to experience some terrific Southern-style barbecue at Leadbelly's Barbecue Restaurant. So sit back and join us for some delicious food.
Housed in a historical landmark home and was once nestled quietly amongst enormous orange groves, stands the Anaheim White House. Paired with award-winning food and professional service, the dining is as impressive and memorable as the surroundings. Owner Chef Bruno Serrato, General Manager Salvano Ibe, and Executive Chef Eddie Meza invite you to join them for a truly memorable dining experience.
Anaheim White House is unique. It's a historical national landmark built in 1909. Can you imagine? 12 private rooms, one of the only restaurants in Orange County that has 12 private rooms. And you can have fun for your birthday, for your business, for your wedding, anything you like. It's unique. I do believe that when you walk in the first time, you're going to say like, wow, this is a beauty. I mean, I really, honestly, love you to come to say hi to me, because you're going to find a restaurant and it's completely different than all the restaurants in Orange County.
Boy, this is going to be a fun night, but I just
Yes.
want to warn our viewers, you're not tripping out, you didn't have too much caffeine. This is a tri-colored, mini-colored. This is a dessert. It's spun sugar. You'll learn more about it later on and see the wonderful artists who took care of this, and a pastry chef that's amazing.
Amazing.
Speaking of amazing, Anaheim White House. I've been to a lot of restaurants, filming a lot of restaurants, and reviewing a lot of restaurants, eating at a lot of restaurants. There's been nothing like this in my lifetime. I mean, it's a fantastic, one-of-a-kind restaurant.
I agree. I think this is, everywhere we've been, this is the most complete dining experience, from the food to the service. It's just a wonderful, wonderful restaurant.
And it starts with the owner, Bruno Serrato. He's, a celebrity in his own rights. The Pope, the presidents have been here. I mean, a lot of people. He's been knighted in Italy.
Yeah.
He's just a real charming guy, very gracious man. He has a charity called Caterina's Club, which is hotel kids, or motel kids. He feeds children from motels, and just really cares about community and life. And it shows in his spirit, but also in the food.
He's very passionate about his food, and I love that. And you feel like you're at home. You feel like you're visiting in his home. So it's just a great experience.
What a home.
Yes. Well, let's get started.
Sounds good. First appetizer we had was the Anaheim Pepper Affamaggio. This is $16.95. This is 3 small Anaheim peppers, stuffed with lump crab and imitation crab and cream cheese. It was tempura, battered and fried, served with a great, really pungent ponzu tropical fruit salad. I mean, we're talking blueberries, pineapple, mango, papaya, strawberries, and a bunch of other fruits. We ate too fast. I can't remember them all.
It was so good.
But just combinations of the sweetness, the tanginess of the ponzu, the crispiness of the batter, and a little hotness from the chilies. Really made it just a great
Yeah, it had
appetizer.
nice. You missed the pomegranates, and I think
Pomegranates,
that really added a nice
the
level, because
crunch.
it added the crunch.
Right.
Yeah, it was lightly tempura battered. The chilies are red and yellow, so they're sweet, and of course creamy from the crab and the cream cheese. It was delicious. The next dish is pesce bianco Florentine. Do I sound Italian?
Sounds good.
Yeah, this is a white fish. It's basically a white fish Florentine, $29.95. This is a very, very delicate white fish. It's prepared Florentine style. It's topped with sautéed fresh spinach, a lemon sauce that is just so creamy and velvety. And then it has sautéed asparagus with it.
There's a side. Now, sides are extra.
Correct.
But they're definitely worth getting.
This had a beautiful flavor. The creamy spinach was so creamy. It was just delicate. The fish had a beautiful texture to it. And then it was served also, we had a orzo pesto. And that was so flavorful.
And it's served in a coconut
shell on the half, yes. I can't say enough about this dish. It was just a beautiful presentation, so artfully plated. You know, everything here is just plated so beautifully.
Yeah, it's not your ordinary
No,
platings.
and of course it tastes as good as it looks.
Mm-hmm. Next was the salmon chocolat. This was $32. This is a signature dish.
Mm-hmm.
This is about an 8-ounce big fillet of salmon, and it's called a white chocolate mashed potatoes. It had a Japanese ginger, an orange citrus beurre blanc sauce. What was really nice about this is that at the beginning, at the front end of it, it had almost like a white chocolate type flavor.
Yes, it did.
From the mashed potatoes. In the back, it was kind of normal mashed potatoes.
Correct, with the beurre blanc. I have a big smile on my face because I took a bite of the white chocolate mashed potatoes and I was making little love noises. I was kind of moaning. I mean, seriously, that is some really good mashed potato, kids. Really good. I loved how they paired both together. The salmon was salty. You had the creaminess from the potato, but then that sweet white chocolate flavor. And the beurre blanc had ginger in it too, so it added that other added sweetness to it. It was really good.
And it had a really nice pastry. It looked like a Roman Colosseum.
It did.
I mean, they've added a couple other other dishes that we had.
Yeah, again, plated
nice touches.
So beautifully. Next, we had something that they must have named after me. They must know that I'm coming here.
The princess dish?
Yes, the penne amatriciana. That's a mouthful. $23.95. This is fresh Roma tomatoes, Italian bacon, brown onions, basil, local parsley, and crushed red pepper flake. This, it didn't sound real amazing, but when I took a bite of it, it had such a rich flavor. It has the fresh Roma tomatoes, but it also has a tomato sauce that obviously has developed some flavor in it, to addition. I think the onions caramelized at some point in the sauce, and it gave it that kind of smokier flavor.
You take one bite of it, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Very bold, assertive tomato sauce.
Yes.
The bacon, it was very thick.
It was.
And a little salty.
Very.
That's what gave it the whole character.
It sure did. They were not skimpy on the bacon, and it was delicious.
Next, we had the linguine con calamari. This was $26.95. This came from the Balasacata region, somewhere from Italy. I can't remember.
You're not Italian.
This is wild-caught calamari with sautéed with olive oil, fresh basil, tomatoes. It had a squiddy black pasta, and just an ocean full of calamari. Very tender calamari. It had the tentacles. It had the round pieces from the body, and just a really nice dish, tomatoes, and it was very light. It was almost like a cioppino type broth.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see more broth with it.
Me too. I think, again, it was very light in flavor. I mean, the seafood definitely shined. It was very delicate. It just didn't have a very strong profile, but it was good. It was
compared
light.
to the bacon one.
Right. You go from bacon to that, it was like health food. It was very good. Next, we had the ossobuco Milanese. $43.50. This was from the Lombardia region. It's a crosscut veal shank, braised in red wine, mirepoix, and then the local fresh herbs, and it's served over a soft polenta. And I mean, this was fall off the bone tender. Had a lovely flavor, and then it had this porcini mushroom reduction on it that I really was hoping I could get a bowl of and just eat. Like, it was so rich, the flavor.
Porcini mushrooms is one of the most fragrant mushrooms in the world.
They really are. And then they had the polenta, and again, polenta is becoming one of my new favorites. It has a kind of a grainy texture, but this was very velvety and very buttery.
Very creamy, too.
Yes. Oh, it was delicious. Really. Paired together, I mean, you just can't go wrong with this dish.
Right.
Yum.
Yum, yum. If you like steak, speaking of yum, the hanger steak, this is $32.95. What a great dish. This is a 10-ounce hanger steak. Looked like it was actually more, but it was 10 ounces. 8 thick slices, beautifully prepared, perfectly prepared steak with a chimichurri sauce marinated with the parsley, cilantro, cumin, red chili flakes, and it also had a pastry cone filled with mashed potatoes, and again, just a beautiful presentation. it was just delicious. Great meat. Just the way it looked. The outside was black and seared.
Yeah.
And the inside was just nicely. We liked it medium rare.
Yeah, it was beautiful. The meat was perfectly cooked, but that chimichurri sauce, you know, that sauce is such a great accompaniment to a very strong beef profile flavor. It's very fresh. It kind of added that acid, you know, the acid in it.
I like it a
balanced
little
very well.
bit more. I like it. I've had chimichurri before where it's a lot more.
Yeah, get a little more on the side. And I have to talk about the pastry cone. Like most of the plates, like you'll see, are plated so beautifully and have some sort of pastry piece on it, lattice work or whatever. This one actually, I put it on its side and I crunched it, and it was so crispy that I had to go in and taste it. And then of course I ate almost the entire thing. It was so crispy, and the potatoes inside were so buttery and delicious as well. I didn't expect them to be as good as they looked.
I agree. Shut your menu. Now we're talking about this. This is a creation. It's called the Jackie O, named after President's wife.
Yep.
And it's for 4 people. It's $13.95, minimum of 4 people.
Correct.
But they might do it for 2, but I think for 4.
Yeah.
And each night they have a different variety of pastries and petit fours and strawberries, dipped chocolate. I mean, all kinds of stuff. But talk about,
Well, the presentation on this is great. I mean, I've heard stories that some gentlemen have brought maybe their fiance here and maybe had the ring presented in this nest of beautiful hair somewhere. If you want to impress somebody, this is a dessert. When it comes out, everybody's like, wow. And it doesn't always have to be the bright colors. We kind of did that for the show today. We've had one before, and it was just done in the golden tones, and it was so beautiful.
But the pastry chef, his name is Onesimo Lorenzo. He's been here about 10 plus years. Self-taught, came here as a dishwasher, worked himself up, very talented, very full of pride and passion. And I mean, he showed us in the kitchen how he did it. And what an art.
Yeah, we were just watching this amazing art. It's really an art creation. We were sitting there saying, I mean, this is like a piece of artwork. It's so beautiful, and I wouldn't want to eat it. It's a little sharp.
Yeah, it's not like cotton candy.
No.
I mean, it's kind of hard sponge sugar.
It's like it's angel hair. Yeah.
Anyway, it's a very, very big
It's
treat,
beautiful.
So.
And what we had on this one, just for today, we had creme brulee, we had little cannolis, we had a berry cassata, which is like a meringue cream with a raspberry coulis, cream puffs, and chocolate-covered strawberries. I mean, how can you go wrong?
Yeah, they vary each day, but...
Yeah, and I'm sure you could, if you were going to come here, you could request what little things you want in there, but just a great presentation.
Yeah, for someone's birthday or anniversary, get this.
Yeah, better than a birthday cake any day.
Well worth it, so.
Yes.
What were your favorite dishes?
Wow, well, I definitely have to say my penne amatriciana. I'm going to have to say the salmon chocolate. I didn't think that would be something that would appeal to me, fish with white chocolate, potatoes. And then I'll say the ossobuco. Just the flavors in that were just so beautifully paired. I loved it.
Well, I definitely got the salmon chocolate. That was, the owner, Bruno, I guess he got this recipe from Belgium, and just amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
I really liked the penne that won Tricia.
Amatriciana.
The princess dish. That was very, very flavorful.
Yes, it really was.
And the hanger steak. I mean, you can't go wrong with hanger. And
chimichurri.
It was just perfect. Well, I want to take this home, so we put this in the purse for me?
Make it my purse.
Yeah, really. Amazing. So, I don't know about you, but we ate a lot of great food here, but I'm actually kind of hungry.
I know. We ate very light today. I mean, the portions aren't huge. they're appropriate for the style of food.
It's more than filling, but we've been here 9 hours, so we got to eat now.
Let's eat again.
Now we're off for some great grub in Fullerton at Leadbelly's Barbecue for some really, really good meats and
Southern style
burgers
barbecue.
And all kinds of great stuff.
Leadbelly's Barbecue Restaurant may be hidden away in a small shopping center, but once you find it and have eaten there, you'll be hooked. The small dining room features a rustic setting with an eclectic mix of sports, music, and farm wall hangings and TV monitors. The menu features traditional smoked meats, burgers, and sandwiches to devour. Owner Bill Kylo is very serious about his food and wants his customers to be comfortable and feel at home when dining at his restaurant.
We make honest food for honest people. We make it from the heart every single day. Everything is fresh, everything is house-made. All of our meats are smoked on site. Every night we throw meat in the oven, come back the next morning, it's ready and done. After you eat at Leadbelly's, you'll realize that it's no longer a noun, it turns into a verb. You've been lead-bellied.
Well, we're here in Fullerton at a great little restaurant. And this restaurant I never heard of, but your friend Keith
Yep,
told
shout
us
out to
about
Keith.
it. And he definitely knows food, and I guess he's a longtime customer here.
Yep.
They've been open about 2 years, and it's funny, I've never heard of. I mean, good restaurants you usually hear about, but this is one that can be hidden away very, very easily.
Yep.
And great barbecue. And,
Amazing.
portions of food are, well, let's
Huge.
get right into it. Be ready to eat, folks.
Oh,
First one, this is an appetizer. Loaded pork garlic fries, $12. Oh, look at this. Big fries, a whole batch of fries, really crispy too.
Yes.
With Monterey Jack cheese. It's stuck in the oven to melt. Then it's piled, and I mean piled, with pulled pork, green onions, shredded Parmesan cheese, bacon. It's topped with fried pork belly and served with a white gravy.
I love the idea of how he layered everything, layers and layers of cheese, and the cheese kind of was the catalyst to kind of glue everything together. So
Yeah,
it was
normally
really good.
a lot of places do use cheese sauce,
Yeah.
like crummy cheese sauce. Now this is real Jack cheese.
Lots of cheese love.
Good stuff.
Delicious. Next we had pig and pepper, $9.49. Now this is a very unique dish. Think crab cake, but it's pulled pork. They kind of just wait for it.
Okay.
Okay, so it's pulled pork and bacon and mixed cheese and chopped jalapeno. Then he makes balls in panko breadcrumbs, and then deep fries them. And they're served with a house slaw and a very spicy mustard dressing.
Spicy sweet.
They're
yeah.
really good. I mean, they really have the consistency of a crab cake. They have that crispy outer and that tender inside. They are spicy because the jalapeno in there, but they're not crab, they're pork. But they have that consistency.
Yeah, very nice.
They're very
For
unique.
an appetizer, it's great.
Yeah, they're
I think
very unique.
You get 6 of them, and they're nice. For 2 people,
Yeah,
it's perfect.
they're delicious.
Next, we had a combination plate of the meats.
Mm-hmm.
You can either get a 1, 2, or 3. We got a 3, of course. Got to make sure we don't starve to death. $19, well worth it.
Yes.
We decided on the brisket, the tri-tip, and the house sausage. It's kind of a spicy sausage. The brisket is smoked for 12 hours, juicy, delicious, tender. Oh, so good. Then there was a tri-tip. This is slowly smoked for 10 to 12 hours. And most tri-tip, they just grill it in Santa Maria style. This is actually smoked.
Yes.
Absolutely wonderful. And the third meat was the house special sausage, which they have another company close by makes it for
Right.
them. It wasn't real spicy, but it had a nice flavor profile to it. It came with onions, bell peppers, and a spicy, kind of a little sweet, spicy
Mustard sauce. Yeah, it was really good. It was easy to eat. I like that.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And we got 2 sides. We got greens, lacking a little bit of salt.
I agree.
But nice flavor.
Yep.
And beans. I like the beans. Nice and sweet. Really, really good. Next, a Louisiana special etouffee. This is a chicken and sausage etouffee. $13. This is a nice portion
Yep.
of, basically it's a roux, and a roux is basically equal parts of flour and oil. And the more it's whisked, the more flavor develops. The darker it is, the more flavor you
Yes.
get. It had chicken, sausage, cayenne pepper, gives it a nice heat level.
did.
Onions, bell peppers, parsley, and served with a nice mound of rice. And I love this. I mean, it was like a rich gravy, basically.
It did have such a depth. You really taste that sweet pepper. It had a lot of bay leaf in it. It was just
A
really.
lot of heat.
It did. It had a lot of heat, but it built. It didn't immediately hit you.
Well, cayenne heat's a little different than other heat.
It is, and it was just really flavorful. We didn't mention the green onions on top, but I think that's something that really did stand out. It added just that little bit of flavor at the end, which I liked.
Let's get into burgers.
Oh my gosh, these burgers are amazing. Okay, so we have the Trinity Burger, $13. This is tri-tip and bacon. It's a special beef blend that he makes. It's an 80-20 blend, but he does special things that he can't tell us about. But he puts roasted garlic, I do know that.
Well, he starts, just the way he puts it together.
Yeah.
The grilled garlic Parmesan onion
Brioche bun.
Then the sauteed bell peppers and onions. Then the slices of the tri-tip,
Yep.
and this was great tri-tip.
It really was.
Pepper jack cheese, crisp bacon, and we got it with potato salad. It's like $1 extra.
Yeah.
But wow.
Yeah, the flavors in this were just so good. I mean, the bacon is so thick, and they definitely don't skimp when it comes to bacon here. I mean, it was just a bacon lover's fest. This burger was just, I don't even think we could even put our mouth around it. It was so big.
You always hear the joke, a 2-hander. This is about a 4-hander.
Yeah,
this
for
was,
sure.
I mean, I tried eating it. I gave up. My mouth unhinged. It was that big.
It's
but
really
very,
that good.
very good. Loaded with flavors.
And I
so.
really did like it was like a German-style potato salad. They were very thinly sliced.
Right.
It had bacon. I think it needed a little bit more acid to it, a little bit more vinegar, but the flavors were really good.
Good stuff. Then we had to have another burger.
Oh.
We had the Cali burger, $12. Now this is a special, so they always have special burgers for this week. This was what they had.
Yeah.
This was, again, the brioche bun with a 6-ounce burger, real,
Hand-formed.
Hand-formed
Yep.
and juicy. Poblano aioli,
Yep.
cheddar cheese, lettuce, tomato, fried egg, and deep fried avocado. Now the avocado, when I heard that, I'm like, oh, I've had that at the fair, and it's awful. This was panko coated and
Yep.
deep fried, so you get that incredible crunch to it. At the fairgrounds, when I first had it, it was like a tempura, and it was awful.
Yeah, the ratio would be too bready.
It was mushy. It was
Yeah.
this was just fantastic.
It was very crispy. You know, I liked this burger better because I love the cheddar, the flavor of the cheddar. That avocado was so creamy and so buttery on the inside with that crisp outside.
crisp.
And I love the poblano aioli. It really worked well. This burger was so good.
Very
If
good.
it would have had bacon, it would have been the trifecta.
Very good. Next, the pulled pork. Now, you can't go to a barbecue restaurant without having pulled pork. This is a half pound of pulled pork on the brioche bun. It's $11. Highly recommended. Delicious, delicious, smoky, excellent pulled pork.
Yeah, great. And I think the barbecue sauce on it would be even better.
Yeah.
We also got cornbread, but I would call it corn cake because it was so moist and tender. You know, usually cornbread's so
Honey and
dry.
butter.
Yeah, so it had honey butter. It was delicious.
So good. Then there was dessert.
Okay, I need to take a deep breath for this one. You know, it's an apple bake. It sounds unpretentious. It's $5. I mean, $5? That's
Can't beat
crazy. This is,
Deal.
I mean, as good as the smoked meats are here, which they are fantastic, this apple bake was so good. It's house made with Granny Smith apples. He does a cinnamon and like sugar and a cake mix
On top of
all
that.
things. I mean, it's like a crumble. I mean, it's so good. Served with ice cream.
They bake it.
Of course he
Ice
bakes
cream.
it. Baked.
Important.
Yes, it's called an apple bake.
Thank you.
It is baked. Then he serves it with ice cream, whipped cream, cinnamon, and a drizzle of caramel sauce. I don't know. I just tasted a butter. It was just so buttery and delicious, and cinnamon and brown sugar. I mean, it was just so good.
To me, the most memorable part of this was her complaining, I can't eat anymore, I can't eat anymore, and watching her just shovel it down.
I was so excited. I mean,
You're a good eater.
I am a good eater,
So.
and it doesn't take up much space. Ice cream sort of just fills in the gaps
Fills the gap.
between the barbecue meat and the chips. No, it was really good. You know, I mean, you have apple desserts. I'm not even like a huge apple fan. It was just so good.
It was excellent.
Definitely.
Well, we did it again. Another great restaurant and lots of food and
Yes.
a lot to choose from. What was your favorites?
Gosh. I have to say the Cali burger. I loved the deep fried avocado. That was just such a unique twist to that. I have to say that. I'm going to say the smoked meat plate. Surprisingly, the brisket. That was the best brisket I think I've ever had. And of course, the apple bake. It was so good, and it was baked with apples.
Of course.
It was so good.
For me, it was the loaded pork fries, garlic fries.
Mm-hmm.
Tremendous idea. Everything just came together and just delicious. Great, great plate to share. I
Yeah,
mean, just fantastic.
for sure.
I also like the 3 meat, the brisket, the tri-tip, and the sausage. That was a great, great picks and everything.
Yes.
And the Trinity burger. I mean, the Cali was great, but the Trinity with the bell peppers and tri-tip, and it was huge. And
We sighed together.
I know.